Good. All good.
Yeah. All good. All good.
Ready to go?
We are.
I like how this has started with a laughter.
I know, because I'm like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yes.
All right.
What are
Oh,
we
wait.
doing?
Is my sound okay, Tando?
Yeah.
All right. All right. All right. All right.
Where do we start?
At the beginning. At the beginning.
In the beginning.
Beginning. First of all,
Yeah.
should you say your names first or I ask you how you're doing?
You can ask me how I'm doing.
Okay.
Okay.
Like, ask me how I'm doing. How are you doing, Karen?
I'm doing really well. Yeah.
How's your week been?
It's Wednesday, and so far, I think it's been easy, like nothing to complain about,
Yeah.
but also quite excited for what we are starting. So
Yeah.
it's an exciting week as it is.
Oh,
What about
nervous.
you?
I am excited. I am nervous.
Yes.
I am suffering from fortitis.
What is hepatitis?
Diseases when you turn 40.
Oh my God. I've
It
never
is
heard of
killing
that
me.
one.
Oh my God, it is killing me. I woke up the other day, yesterday. Apparently I slept badly. So
Okay.
I woke up, then I was like, oh, I have a pain in my side. Then I'm like, oh, maybe it's just I slept badly, so, I'll stretch it out.
Yeah.
I was like, let me go to the gym. I bent down to wear something.
Yes.
What the pain.
Yeah.
So it felt like I'd been kicked by a horse or something. So I had to go buy, those heat patches. Yeah, I had to go get one for my, like, it was under here near my ribs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so all day yesterday I couldn't turn on this side.
Oh, that sounds
Yeah.
like a pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Sorry
because
about
I
that,
slept
but-
badly.
Fortitis.
I'm telling you. But I'm
Okay.
good.
But first of all, before we get to fortitis,
Yes.
we have to introduce
Oh, yeah,
ourselves.
that's true. Good point. Good point.
Okay. I'm Caroline.
Welcome, Caroline.
Thank you. And you are?
I'm Jackie.
Okay.
Or Raj. Yeah, we'll stick with those two.
Jackie or Raj and
Yeah.
Caroline. We are starting a new podcast. And
Yes. And then we have the person behind the...
The one who says nothing.
Yes, that one. How do you want us to refer to you?
The DJ.
the DJ.
The DJ. We have the DJ, who's
have the
our
DJ.
producer.
Our
Super
producer and who's helped us set up everything.
Yes.
We are learning as we
Oh
go.
my God, the chaos. I have so much respect for people who do this stuff.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. Yeah. Yeah. So I think we just do this podcast. The first episode is more of an introduction
Yeah.
and getting to know us.
Yeah.
And what we are all about, and probably what you expect from this podcast going
Yes. Yes.
on. Our nationalities.
Yes.
Okay, I'm
Yes.
Kenyan.
I am Kenyan, born, raised, educated, and then also Irish.
Aha.
Yes,
And-
Irish by way of I paid enough taxes over 5 years that they're like have a passport.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Yeah. So
And-
2 nationalities.
Yes, and
Yeah.
the DJ, can you tell us what you are?
Irish and Zimbabwean.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Dun-dun. And where
Yes.
do we live? We live in
Well,
Switzerland.
we live here in Zurich, in Switzerland. That's where we live. Where we're based. But we met in Ireland.
Ireland, yeah.
Yes.
I also lived in Ireland for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had a bit of Irish experience, the people, the country, what it has to offer. And so our journey begins, but now our podcast journey begins in Zurich.
Yes, yes. Yeah, and also you had the DJ is also Irish. So Ireland is what brings us together, is a common thread.
Go on, the Irish.
Glue. It's the glue to this.
Go on, Ireland.
Yes.
I identify as Afro-Irish. Like African American, but only Afro.
Irish.
Is that something that
No,
people in
it's-
Ireland identify?
It's a thing that I just started.
Oh,
Maybe we
Right
should make it a thing,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah, yeah. We can start here.
Because there's a
okay.
big
I really
community
don't-
of
Afro-Irish people.
yes.
Okay, yeah. All 500 of them.
You might be surprised, actually. There are many more than we.
That's true. That is true. That is true.
Yeah. Okay, and now we move on to why we started this podcast.
Why did
And-
we start this podcast?
And actually, what's the podcast name?
oh, yeah. Oh, my God. The
I'm
podcast-
saying we are learning as we're going. Like we've not even introduced the podcast. The names we've
The
chosen for the
podcast
podcast.
name is It Depends, I guess.
It depends, I guess.
Yes. How did we? Well, I can tell you how I relate to that. I relate to it.
Okay, let me give credit where it's due. Yes. You're the one who came up with the name. It depends, I guess, because we had brainstormed on so many
names. That's true. That's true. Yeah. But I think mostly because the older I've become, the more the answer to a lot of things has been it depends.
Yeah.
While I was younger, everything was very black and white. Like, no, this is bad, this is good. If someone tells me like, oh, this is happening in the relationship, I'm like, that's bad, you should leave. Blah, blah, blah. There's the things that are clearly bad, yes. But then if we take out the outliers, so many things as I've gotten older, most of the answers to everything is like, you know what? It depends.
Yeah.
It kind of depends.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then, yeah, I think that's kind of where it came from.
Yeah. It sort of also resonated with me because the conversations we've had along the years, and we've known each other for how many years now? Since around 2015. This is going to be the 9th year.
Yes.
Like our conversations have grown deeper.
Yeah.
Our conversations have changed a lot. What we used to talk about and our point of views back then are now more have grown to something different. And also sometimes is, as you said, it's not clear black and white.
It's not.
It depends.
Yeah.
I guess where we are, where we were. Yes.
It all depends.
Yeah, it all depends. Yeah. So it depends, I guess, is our podcast name.
Is our podcast name. And then actually how we got to start shooting is because the DJ used to overhear some of our conversations. There's a much larger friend group than two of us.
Yeah.
I'll take all the credit. All of it.
I mean, it all comes back to a man. No, I'm kidding. But
no, you shouldn't say you're kidding. You should stick with it.
No, I'm kidding.
I do say the DJ is the one who put the firewood into the fire to make this podcast start.
Yeah.
Because you've been telling us a lot. Like we do have points that are worth discussing.
True. It's going to be fun. We'll build something. I believe it's going to be something great. I have faith in it. That's why I'm so invested.
Oh, that's good.
Thank you very much.
It's still shaky.
Do all the setup. So we've touched a little bit on how we met. Maybe we can just go a bit into how that journey has been like when we met in 2015 in Ireland. I think that might be a good point to start.
Yeah, man, 9 years. Jesus.
Yes, 9 years.
How? Well, oh no, because you moved before, actually 2014.
Oh, was it?
Yes, because I moved to Ireland towards the end of 2014, October, I think. And you had moved earlier that year.
Yes.
And also our other friend Cynthia had also moved that year.
Yes.
So I met the three of you and it was coming together to kind of figure out what the hell is happening.
Yes.
Because Dublin is a special place. Love it.
Yes.
I love it. I miss it.
Yeah.
But also, if you're coming from sunny East Africa into the Irish weather and no one prepares you for it, let me tell you, the struggle was real.
I have stories to tell about 2014, the first year I moved from Kenya to Dublin. And so background is that we both moved for work. We were working, we moved for the same company. So we met in the corridors of working. We both work in tech.
Yeah.
So met in
and I moved from Nigeria. So I came from hot to like the complete opposite. Lord.
Yes. And I think my first culture shock as it was moving from Kenya to Dublin was the weather.
Yeah.
Because the Irish weather is it's nothing to write home about.
It's not. It really isn't. And how people talk about, people only talk about weather when there's nothing to talk about. In Ireland, weather is like a topic. It's like 90% of the conversation because it's just,
it's very temperamental.
It's extremely, like 4 seasons in a day is, oh my God.
Yeah. But we love the warmth of the people. So I think that's something
people
that sticks with me.
I think that's what, I think a lot of, and even now living here, it's what I miss the most about Ireland is the people, the community. There's so much, I feel like the Irish culturally have a lot of similarities to Africans.
Yes.
In the house, they're kind of interwoven into the community and like family is kind of a thing and there's that whole community feel. Like it's, Yeah, and also they are highly entertaining people.
Yes.
Won't lie.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's how we met. 2014.
Yep.
10 years ago.
Yep.
Moved to Ireland for work. From Kenya and you from Nigeria.
And Zimbabwe.
But you moved way earlier.
You moved way earlier, right?
No, don't put me out like that. Don't do it.
All right, fine.
Okay.
Fine.
Yes. So I think these questions we put together to sort of help our viewers and our listeners to get to know us better. And we sort of will touch on them one by one. And the first one is like, how would you describe yourself, Jackie?
How would I describe myself? Yeah. Should I do the thing people do? I'm a Gemini. And
whatever sings to your heart, go ahead.
Which ironically, I don't follow astrology. Yeah. But people who do whatever I say I'm a Gemini, they're like, oh. So I don't know if that clearly it's a bad thing. Yes. But yeah, apparently that's what I am. Yeah, how would I describe myself? I truly like to say I'm trying to eat life with a big spoon.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I can see younger, I was a very carefree child. I'm the last born of four. I only have brothers, so I'm last born and only girl. So I think I grew up a bit more carefree and kind of like, oh, just life.
Yes.
And then, I don't know, when I got into my 20s, I became a very cautious person. So, I don't know, there's something, clearly something changed. But then I find now, again, in my big age, I'm kind of going back into it. So I think I'd say I'm a much more carefree person. I am, I don't know, I think I'm a believer in people just doing life in a way that suits them. Yeah. I don't believe in playing by the rules. Yeah. Like, it shouldn't be that, oh, this is how it happened for so-and-so. This is how it should happen. Yeah. Or this is how life looks like, or this is what love looks like, or I'm just like, just do you. As long as you're not hurting anyone else. Yeah. Everyone is an adult and they're consenting. Just do you. So that's kind of my ethos in life. Just it's, as someone said, this is not a rehearsal as far as we know. Yes. So just, so I think I'd think of myself as carefree and just don't live by the rules.
By the rules. Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah. What about you?
How I would describe myself is I'm a lifelong learner.
That's true.
Yes.
It's true.
That's well said. That's really...
I've been rambling here. It's like lifelong learner.
No, and most of these things actually are realizations that you get when you get a bit older. But I've always thought myself as a very curious person. So, and my curiosity sometimes make me think like I cannot stick to one thing, but I've come to accept actually I'm learning through curiosity. So like I go to a supermarket and I'm like,
David just say, Carrie's our friend who like spits all the deep stuff.
Not really. Hear. Okay. Yes. Not really, but I have thought about this like recently. Like I've been going to the supermarket and trying all the different like I go to a shelf of sodas and I'm like, okay, this drink looks different. Then I try this, and this is maybe bio tastes different. And I'm trying different things, and sometimes I'm like, why can't I just choose one thing and stick to it? But then it just hit me the other day that it's okay to be curious about life. To try new things, to experience new things. There's nothing wrong with that. So yeah, that's how I describe myself. Curious and lifelong learner.
That is, yeah, absolutely true.
Yes.
I agree with that.
And Tando, how would you describe yourself?
Fun-loving DJ who likes to entertain.
Amazing.
Is that you're just going to stick to
That's
your...
Come on now.
Okay, Lord. All right.
Mystique.
But we love your love for tech.
That's true.
Yes. I like gadgets.
Oh, yes. Gadgets. Oh,
yes, that is true.
Everybody should see our setup here. Like we have gone full blown on this.
Like, really. Like, but really, thank you. This is
this is amazing.
A lot of pressure on you now.
Yes. So next question, as we try to sort of introduce ourselves, is what are your religious views, if at all you have any?
Yes.
Ooh.
I'm spiritual. I don't, I guess, assign or align to any religious group.
Yes.
Or organized religion.
Yeah.
Basically. So yes, I think I'm mostly spiritual. I do believe there's a higher power.
Yes.
But I don't think I am well knowing enough of what that power is and like through which denomination or whatever it is. But also again, I think I am kind of researching and learning a lot more about what our ancestors used to
yes
like look to or align with or things like that. So I feel like I'm becoming more of a traditionalist in terms of like religion. I don't even know what traditionalist means.
Yeah.
But if there's something around African religion, but specifically one thing I know from my dad's side is our clan, we come from like rainmakers.
Yes.
We were rainmaking clan.
Okay.
So I've always assigned rain certain things.
Yes.
When when people who are considered to be important or whatever it is in our clan,
yes,
when they are being buried, like for some reason, and I've been to a few of those funerals, it could be a clear day, but the moment their body is being put in the ground, like it just rains.
Yes.
Right. And when some people used to tell me that, my dad used to tell us those stories, and I'd be like, this man is just out here just telling us wild tales. But when I saw it happen for myself, it didn't scare me. So I was just like, oh, maybe there's something to all this.
Yes, yes.
And again, I don't know. What do we know in this life?
That's true.
Yeah, I believe the higher power. I'm spiritual, and that's probably how I define myself, my religious views.
It's quite intriguing when you talk about the clans and the powers that were bestowed to the certain clans, certain tribes. Like, I didn't know that yours was rainmaker.
The rainmakers,
yeah. Was it specific to your clan, or is it?
I think it's specific to my clan. Yeah, I should learn more. But I think it's specific to my clan.
Yes.
And then I've only seen it in action, like when my grandfather was being buried, when my dad was being buried.
Yeah.
And then every year on my dad, my dad's death anniversary, know if that's the name. Whenever I've been in the world, it's always rained on that day.
Oh, wow.
And so I don't know. So whenever it rains, I'm not like bummed by it. I'm just like, oh well.
So do you dance in the rain? Do you love the rain? Actually,
do I love it? I think I do. I don't love the Irish rain. Okay, that's a whole other story.
That one comes left, right, center.
Right, center. But I usually find myself talking to myself at that time because I'm just like, oh, ancestors, I guess you're around. Like, probably I sound like I look like a crazy person in the streets, but yeah, I don't know. I guess I love the rain. Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's good to know. Yeah. For myself, for my religious views, I would say I'm also, I believe in a higher power. Sort of most of the African cultures when we were growing up, in our generation, like Christianity or Muslim was the main religions that existed. And I grew up I went to school in a very religious church, religious school that we had to attend like mass every day. Even high school was the same. But I do feel I never really felt connected to religion, but I felt connected to the higher power that existed, so God. And over the years, I have come to sort of seek that connection rather than go to a formal organized church or mosque. I do feel the search for me is mainly between me and God. However that exists, and also like I'm learning what God is to me, and but I don't hold any strong religious views other than spiritualism in itself. And I take from different religions that exist. So like I do love what Buddhism represents in terms of how they relate to self, to their higher self, and also like Eastern religions that speak into yoga, meditation, things like that. So I borrow whatever resonates with me, but I have that belief for some higher power.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, I've seen that. That's true.
Yeah. What values do you hold dear? Like what lifelong values?
Lifelong values.
Yeah.
Well, always be kind to people.
Yes.
And always to always help people, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's how to say, but actually it's more if you see something, do something.
Yes.
So if we complain about something, would always be asked, okay, so you've complained about it, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
So it was either if you're not going to do anything about it, stop complaining.
Okay.
But then otherwise, try and do something about it.
Yes.
So I think I've always been, and I guess if I think back, interestingly, a lot of how I would put that in practice used to translate as being a rebellious child. And I do think there's bits of rebellion in there, but I'd always question something or challenge something.
Yeah.
Especially even if the thing maybe kind of favors me, but if it's somebody being blocked out of something, like it was put out to us that it doesn't take much to ask why.
Yes.
So
you're always challenging that status quo. And
yes.
Sure everybody, yeah.
Well, why?
Yeah.
Why is it that person can do this and this person can't do this?
Yeah.
Or why is the system built like this and not done in other ways?
You must have been those kids in class who made the teachers a bit angry because you asked too many questions.
I was, interestingly, I was punished a lot.
Yes.
And Kenyan education. I hope it's different now. But if for system, I feel a lot of the curiosity, or you are trained to follow the rules.
Yes.
Don't ask.
Yes.
So, but I was the person who used to always ask, right? And I think at a young age, and I don't think it was intentional or that I knew what I was doing, but I was always okay with taking a bit of punishment just because I asked why. So it never stopped me from asking why.
Yeah.
I just used to know I'll probably be told to go sit outside for the rest of the lesson or whatever it is. So I've always challenged the status quo. So I think that's a value for me. Always, if you see something, say something or question something. As much as it's gotten me into trouble a lot in life, I honestly have no regrets for it.
Yes.
So that's, I think that's a big thing that drives me. I can't think of any other one.
And maybe as we go along in our conversation,
the
things that we value will come up in a podcast.
That's true.
Yeah.
What does your social media feed look like?
Ooh. It depends, I guess. Yeah. Because I'm that one person who consumes social media a lot. Everybody knows. So it depends on the platform. Like, on TikTok, I have a whole different algorithm than what is on Instagram. I would say on Instagram, I do have a lot of
Stop filtering. Tell us.
Okay. If I was to do a search on my, the search bar on Instagram, I do have a lot of content on fitness and weight loss and diets and everything to do with healthy living. But I also watch a lot of reels. We do have a relationship. And funny stuff. It could be anything. I do love some good old animal-based content. So cats videos, dogs videos. I love a lot of Kenyan creators. So
Kenyan creators are killing it. Let me tell you.
I do love Amito.
And then what's his name? What's the guy who... I forgot his name. The one who's in heels and he's like, New Year, bitch. New Year, bitch.
Oh my gosh. Whenever I say, I don't know his name, but yes, I do. Like, when he's stomping on those heels, I'm like, God, that's a skill.
I am sweating on his behalf.
Yes. And well, on TikTok, I guess my algorithm now has moved to a lot of little dance videos, deep stuff about mental health, well-being, millennial content. I consume that a lot. Life of a millennial. Yeah, and it's it's my two little escape places.
Yeah.
What does yours look like?
Yeah, I'm not on TikTok.
Yeah.
I'm one of those but I don't know. I don't even know if you can fully be off of TikTok because a good chunk of that stuff ends up on Instagram, ends up on YouTube, ends up on Reddit. So mostly I'm on Reddit.
Yes.
Instagram, and X, I guess.
Oh, yes.
Formerly Twitter.
I forgot about X.
Yeah.
I only go there to check when there's something.
Something is, Hey, X is where, let me tell you.
Like today when I heard the sirens.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Didn't know what was going on.
Oh, yeah.
It's, again, one of the things this podcast, like down in the episodes, will talk about random things about living in Switzerland.
Yes.
They have a day to test all the alarms, like all the
alert systems.
Yes. So all the fire alarms will go off. So you're just walking and then it's just fire alarms. And I'm just like, what the hell is happening?
And they're pretty loud.
They're extremely loud.
Yes.
So
I think it's the flood alarm. It could be, I think,
fire, could be earthquake, could be
the different
nuclear leak, whatever it is. Yeah.
Because they were really loud.
Yeah. It caught me on the way home, and I was like, "Damn, what is happening?" So my feeds consistently. One thing you'll always find is I always just follow dogs and cats.
Yes.
Animal stuff.
Yes.
Especially on X because X is a dumpster fire.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Oh, X is. Yeah. So I'm curated to watch. Like we rate dogs, they rate dogs.
Yes.
In a system out of 10, but all dogs always get more than 10. So it will be 14 out of 10. 12 out of 10.
Yes.
There's a page, I think it's the same people as we rate dogs who talk about basically tweet as if you're a dog. Oh, so like a dog's thoughts. It's pretty hilarious. There's a similar one for cats.
Yes.
So I think I just follow animal videos.
Yeah.
And even on Instagram, same.
Yes.
And people who do animal voiceovers.
Yes. Like the day in the life of a dog.
Yes.
Yes. I love those ones.
So I think I just watch and it's because it's just wholesome.
Yeah.
And Kenyan content.
Yes.
I think most of the stuff I send is Kenyan content or any other random thing that comes across. Yeah, but mostly that's. And then on Reddit, I'm on Irish Reddit, I'm on Kenyan Reddit.
Yeah. Which subreddits are your favorite on Reddit?
Switzerland.
Oh, the Switzerland
one. Especially funny because the kind of things that happen there, I'm like, only in Switzerland. It's insane. I told you the time someone was saying how it's Switzerland, sometimes buildings are not very soundproof.
Yes.
So this.
I know because I live in one.
Where if the person is walking upstairs, you can hear their footsteps. Yes. And this person put on Reddit like, my neighbor says downstairs as I walk too loudly, and so he was asking, what can we as a community do to because we're paying rent anyway, we're all paying rent, so it's odd. So it should be the building owner's problem to improve insulation. Otherwise, people just have to put up with it.
Yeah.
And then people instead were telling him comments of how they changed their walk.
Yes.
So that they're like, so don't walk from heel to toe. So just walk flat so you're quieter. I'm like, what is this?
Maybe we should have a podcast where it's only in Switzerland, our experiences. I think that's going to be fantastic.
I think we have to do an episode too.
Yeah. So that's Reddit I enjoy because it's things that I'm just like, what is happening? And people are just very seriously giving advice. Yeah, if you buy this kind of socks, they have house socks and house shoes. I'm like, Lord.
Can I say this is my lived experience?
Yeah.
I have I know a place in one of the rooms where it creaks. So I have to walk around it in the morning or at night because I don't want to make noise for the
downstairs. It's oh my god!
Because they've already given me grief about they can hear me walking. So this is my whole lived experience. That's an interesting subreddit.
Yeah, that is just the irony of things.
Yeah,
but I enjoy the Irish subreddit.
Mm-hmm.
And then even on Reddit, my things the same. I'll be on like the subreddits. There's one called Or.
Okay.
So people post like their cute dogs and cute cats and things like that. And what else do I follow on Reddit? I think that's mostly.
I like the one. Am I the?
Oh, and am I the asshole? Yes, that's always entertaining.
Yes, that's very entertaining. Yeah, that's one of my favorite subreddits.
DJ, what is your social media feed look like?
Mine is full of car content, DJ content, and Martha Stewart for some reason.
Oh, interesting.
Martha Stewart.
Yeah. For some reason, I follow her.
Oh,
I don't know. She sounds just interesting person.
Unless you have a Martha kink. All right. All right. Yeah. Okay. Now we know. And tech stuff.
And tech stuff. Yeah. A lot of tech.
Yeah.
A lot of tech. Yeah. A lot.
Yeah. I always say you just by yourself, I think you're the one who's always giving Apple their billions of revenue.
I'm telling you. And they've got a hook on me. It's like a drug.
Truly. All right. Let's see. What trends do you hope go away forever?
Ooh.
And ever.
What trends? Ooh. I don't know if I have any in mind.
That you see and like you just roll your eyes. You're like, oh my God, so annoying.
You know, I'm gonna say this one, but I don't understand big backpacks.
Huh?
What?
I know. I know they're functional. I know they're functional. I know they're functional. But having worked in tech, and I know like half of the techie folks always wear a backpack.
Yeah.
I can't understand why
it has to be massive.
Why it has to be massive? You only have one laptop. So I would imagine, like, yes, if you have a job that needs you to sort of have, like a lot of equipment carrying, I would imagine, like, DJ, your backpack is quite big because you have all these cameras and you have all the lenses.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, but
but you need a good backpack, not a small one where you're squashing your expensive stuff. Like, expensive stuff. So you need it to be...
Someone on a regular day.
Yes.
You probably only have just your laptop and like what else do you have in there?
Yeah, that's true.
What are you?
Yeah.
Unless like this is something I love seeing. It happened to us when we were kids when you go to school when you're young. On the first day, you have to carry all your books. So you see kids, the backpack is the same height as the kid, and they're just walking. So you just see a backpack moving, and you're like, oh.
Maybe it's my trauma talking actually about big backpacks because we carried such big backpacks and they were always so heavy. So now I cannot unsee a big backpack when I see that. Yeah, I don't know.
That's odd. That's hilarious. Yes. Oh, for me, the one thing, hate so much. Is fucking baby hair. Let me tell you. This thing of laying your baby hair where between your baby, there's just your baby hair and the eyebrows can't differentiate. I don't understand it. I don't get it.
Did you see on Amazon you can actually buy baby hair?
I don't, and let you, if some of us East African foreheads, just take what you have. But this whole where you can see somebody truly, that's not baby hair. That's your hair that you have pulled all the way to touch your eyebrows. I don't. God, I hate it.
I don't think they're going away. Manufacturers are already manufacturing baby hair clip-ons.
I was just imagining how many billions have been made of that.
Of baby hair.
Yes, that trend. And now, like, even the products themselves, like, there are specific waxes for baby hair. You can have, like, a spoolie for baby hair only. I don't think that trend is going away.
It's. I'm like, I want, have your natural baby hair. Just have it, like, regular. But they're pulling it until...
Baby hair police.
Let me tell you.
And I'll be the backpack police.
Let me tell you, that thing annoys the hell out of me. Oh my God. Yeah, so Tando, do you have one? A trend that you want to go away?
A trend that I want to go away. I haven't forever. Leave it with me.
Okay.
Leave it with me.
Oh, okay. Let's see. What is something that you cannot be trusted with?
Ooh. Okay, you can trust me with a secret.
That's the way I was going. Okay.
Ooh. Do I have any?
I have one. I tell you mine.
Okay, yeah. Start with yours.
You can't trust me with snacks.
You'll eat them.
That's why if people come over and the snacks left, go with them. Because if you come back the next day and you be like, didn't we leave a whole bag of candy and
Yes.
crisps? I will eat through all that. And I'm good for days. I can but the day I open and I'm like, I see there's
It keeps going.
gummy worms and there's that day, all of it is done. So yeah, no snacks.
I'm trying to think if I have something you can't trust me with.
I'll go first.
Go.
A secret.
That's true.
Not
that is very.
You better not tell me.
Yes.
Very
you know how
true.
many surprise parties I've destroyed?
Yeah.
No one can tell me anything. I ask you not to tell me.
Yeah.
That's true.
Is it that you forget it was a secret?
Yeah, I forget it was a secret.
Yeah.
And then I don't.
It just itches.
No, I don't actually look to go and tell someone. I am just there with the information in my head, and I'm always trying to say something interesting. So within saying something interesting, I'll think of the last thing that I heard that was interesting.
That one.
Not intentionally. It'll just happen, and then after I'll be really sorry.
He's not sorry.
Okay. You can trust me with all your secrets, actually. Yeah.
Oh.
But I think you can trust me with gadgets, I think. Like if that makes sense. Like I do. You can't give me your gadget and expect me not to touch it.
Oh yeah, you'll figure it out.
Yes. You can't tell me don't touch. If you tell me don't touch a gadget, I'll be like, okay, I won't. But then again, my curiosity will get hold of me, and I want to know everything about it. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So no gadgets. That one I know. No secrets. Favorite hobby.
Okay. It depends now here.
Okay.
I feel my hobbies have evolved a lot.
I think that,
yeah. When I moved to Switzerland, I loved the outdoors. I hiked a lot, so hiking was my favorite hobby. I still do go on little hikes.
Swiss national sport.
Yes, completely integrated. But now I'm seeking more indoor sports, indoor hobbies per se. So I like I'm loving puzzles. I can get lost in a puzzle. You know those puzzles where you put stuff together.
When I asked you what interesting thing happened this week, you're like, I'm doing really well with the puzzle. I'm like, wow.
Okay. I sit at it and I realize like 2 hours is going, and I've been so engrossed in it, and I'm like, I never knew I loved these things this much. So that's like the new thing I'm into nowadays. What other favorite hobbies? Like I do love a good time, like hanging out.
Yeah, that's true. Solid.
I see the way you've acknowledged that.
Yes.
I am. If there's a good
social
time,
activities. Yeah, like my social calendar.
Yes.
I'm like, are you doing anything? So I'm like, if Carol tells me we're doing something, we're doing something. That's it.
Yes, and one of the hobbies is to explore like what this city has to offer, what Zurich has to offer.
There's a lot to offer. For a small city, there's a lot of stuff to do here.
Yeah, so I do enjoy that. Yeah. What about you? What hobbies are you into nowadays?
Well, one that's consistent, sleeping.
Sleeping. Wow. Okay.
Let me tell you. No, weekend.
Yes.
I already plan my day of no sleeping is happening just randomly in the middle of the day. So I just plan what are the other things that have to be done. Yeah, and I'm just look, I can sleep anywhere.
Okay.
So sleeping for sure, and then just sports.
Okay.
Yeah. Any physical activity.
Yes.
I'm a fan of.
Yeah. You do. You play squash.
Now I'm kind of getting back to the gym. Like go. I try not to say hiking because I just like to go for long walks.
Yes.
The Swiss and the hiking is a different extreme
Actually,
sport.
that's true.
Yeah. And then I'll try anything new.
Yeah.
I tried skiing. I'll try anything. I tried paddle.
Yeah.
I tried whatever.
And paddle is that sport that looks like squash, but it's not really squash. It's like played by 4 people.
Yeah, it's in between of squash and tennis, I guess. Yeah, because you can use the walls, but then it's tennis balls and it's like a longer court.
Yeah.
And you play for people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I only got into it this year because of our friend Cara and Glenn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How are you liking it? Like,
pretty good. I mean, it's to be anything physical, and there's
That's
people. I mean, I'll have a good time.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and then I think I like the fact that I'm learning like the
Yes.
strategy of okay, if this ball spins in this angle, this is how.
Yeah.
Like just
Yeah.
I think I just really enjoy learning new sports and playing
really
and
cool.
other people and
Yeah.
team and camaraderie.
Yeah.
To me is a good time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
DJ, you have
Drinking beer.
Oh my God.
What did you think I was going to say?
Music. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes, music.
While drinking beer. Music while drinking beer.
Let's see. Yeah, I think we kind of, I mean, over time, you'll kind of get to know a bit more about us.
Yes.
We will touch on things, hopefully not so controversial.
Yes.
Hopefully.
But we also up for a little bit of controversy.
Yes.
Yes.
I think
Make it fun.
I think for the numbers,
I mean, I don't know. One of the things okay, maybe are there things that you would like to touch on over the lifetime? I mean, I feel like we'll go through a lot of things.
Yes.
But over, like, what are things that would be of interest or?
I think the most something that comes to forefront is like our experiences, because there's value in sharing your experience.
Yeah,
true.
That's true.
I'd also like to touch on living in this country, what it takes, like doing comparisons between Kenya, where we grew up, and Switzerland, and also living in Europe. I'd love to touch on maybe anything happening, anything ongoing, like our perspective to present news. Mental health issues. Health.
For sure, mental health is something that is no, carry on.
No, you go ahead.
I connect a lot with mental health. I think people will know over time on this podcast. So I'm somebody I've been diagnosed with clinical depression. So it's something I've had for clearly a long time. But yeah, I think, and also being African, and the relationship with mental health is something that really bothers me. I mean, it bothers me that it's something that largely, I think things are getting better by in African countries and Kenya, where we're from. It's still something that's looked at as, oh, you're not praying hard enough.
Oh, yes.
Or life has been good. What do you have to be sad about? Or whatever the hell else. I think just there's not a proper respect for that as a disease versus something physical. And I can see how it's easier to understand something you see, right? But so my mental health is something that I care a lot about, and I would love to touch on. What is controversial in my head is religion.
Oh, yes.
Especially religion in our home countries.
Yes.
That is something that some people have had me say, and I'll say it. I like to say the scam called religion. It's what is happening is insane.
We've just lost 800 followers. 800 people have just disappeared.
I want to discuss the scam. I mean, to be fair, what's been like the last few months, some of the biggest scandals to come out of the region have been religion, right? So there's TB Joshua. That was a whole series on BBC. Have you watched it?
Yes, I watched it.
Insane.
In Nigeria,
there's that. There's who was the guy, the pastor in Kenya who was burying people alive?
Oh, I didn't hear that one.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, I remember watching that.
Yeah, right? Like there's just a lot of things that I'm just like...
Yeah. I would love to touch on that topic as well.
Yeah. And yes, it might be controversial. It might be, people might feel a certain way.
Yes.
It's something that my mom is Christian. My dad was not religious. But it's something that even when I discuss with my mom, it's very interesting.
Yes.
I mean, it's good, we can always have a conversation about it even with her, but it's but also at the same time there's also levels to there's a spectrum to the religion space as well, right? There's the ultra, we know what I mean. There's the ultra religious. I don't even know if it's ultra religious or whatever it is. And then
where they have a certain following to somebody.
Yes.
And this is the person who
is you cannot question, you cannot. It's just you have to blindly go with whatever is going on. So I think that's something I would definitely want to, but also just things that are happening in our home country. Home countries. I mean, also to respect the fact that we have the privilege that we are not in it, right? But we have families back home. We go back home often enough. So even with the issues with the economy and things like that, those are things that affect us. But sorry.
I was going to say one thing when you mentioned home country, like I would love to also have a conversation about investing back home.
Yes.
Like, how are people navigating this?
Don't do it.
I've been watching the real estate market in Kenya, and I'm like blown away by how prices are. I'm like, when did we ever get to this?
Until your relatives take your money, and then you'll know about it.
Yes, you should definitely talk about investing back home, because let me tell you.
And also, like, home for you is two countries. You have Kenya and you have Ireland. When you talk about home, you also it's same to you, did you?
Yeah. To be fair, for most of my investments over life have been in Kenya. Now, I always say me and Kenya is like a toxic relationship. Yes, I think now I am loving it from afar, from an investment perspective. Because it's just the chaos of trying to invest. And sometimes you have to stand back and wonder and think to yourself, hold on, I am giving you my money. But it's like the hoops you have to jump to if you're even trying to start something that requires a license. The hoops you have to jump through. And when you're deep in it, you're bribing the 15th person is asking for a bribe. You're like, hold on, I'm the one who's trying to bring this investment that's going to have this much impact, and that's going to eventually flow into the system as taxes. But I'm chasing. At some point I had to reevaluate and think, is this the best spend?
I can understand
my money.
I can understand.
Yes. But also one of the things I'd love to touch on is, I think growing up in, I guess, hardship or where we've come from, we've all grown up with different kind of upbringings. I really do think that has spawned something about Africans and having a way of finding the humor in really dark situations. I truly believe Africans are some of the funniest people. Like, African Twitter is just... And I am always lacking on South Africa Twitter, Kenyan Twitter, I'm on there, Nigerians on Twitter. It's the humor that comes out of the content, which is why, interestingly, now, even on my social feeds, if it's not animal stuff, 90% of my other content is now local content, is African content. Which, to be fair, I think, thank God for the internet for that. Because
you can tap into what's happening.
If you're far away, So I definitely, if there's a way to highlight the comedy.
I'm laughing because sometimes I think one of the things I do, like even on Instagram or TikTok, is just go through comments. I love going through comments and you can, like, even if it's something serious, you find such unseriousness or different perspectives. Actually, you even ask yourself, Where were you seated thinking when this thought came to your head? We are very creative.
Yeah.
One way. So.
Yeah. And if there's any way this can expose more people, absolutely yes.
Yeah.
And also our humorous politicians.
Yeah. Oh man. We will touch on different countries. Uganda.
Zimbabwe. Why did I forget Ugandan Instagram?
Yes.
Oh my God. Yeah. That is, I think, that is the gold mine I have discovered in the last few weeks.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, no, but but I'm looking forward to this. Bear with us as we kind of figure out how to do this.
Yeah, we are learning as we go.
Yes, we really are.
Yeah.
Follow, like, subscribe.
Yes.
And we'll have a bunch of our friends on here.
Yes.
We have a very diverse group of friends.
Colorful bunch.
Yes, very diverse backgrounds.
Yeah.
So
we'll hold interviews. Yeah.
Yeah. What did you say?
No, I was just thinking, does colorful bunch make them seem a certain way? No, sorry, carry on.
Yeah, I mean, we are all odd.
And we are on socials. IDIG podcast.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. On Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Yeah.
Yes.
But we'll put the handles.
Yes.
The video. Yeah.
And please give us a feedback in a nice way.
We are learning. This is the first one. So.
Pass on the podcast.
And I'm one of those who, if there's hate comments, I'll read. I enjoy hate comments. Yes. I will read them.
Yeah.
And we'll engage.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.